assuming the counter argument is no, the reason this is existing is because the Labour Party has abandoned the terrain of the political left.
Yep.
And whether that's by excommunicating and ostracising Corbyn, or indeed some of these other MPs who vote against the two-child benefit cap and others, the reason this is happening is because the Labour Party is moving closer to those parties of the right. And this is implied in all of this, and I said it before the election as well, is like, don't let them take your vote for granted. If you're someone of a more socially progressive persuasion, the electoral calculus that they're employing here is you have nowhere else to go. And if you just take that, then they don't have to care about you.
Mm-hmm.
If you vote for somebody else, whether it's the Greens or the Peace, Justice and Sultana project, they have to do something to win you back. But there is an element of truth to these critics. Like part of what paved the way for Labour to government is for the first time in a long time, the right of British politics was fractured by reform.
Mm-hmm.
2019 they only stand against Labour. 2024 they stand everywhere, and they smash the Tory electoral coalition. And for a long time, the Tory party has been able to benefit from that, whilst sort of centrist, depending on the political position of the Tory party, but centrists and left-wingers have been split between the Lib Dems, the Labour Party, the Greens.
Mm-hmm.
So what does adding another one into that mix mean? And because we live in a first-past-the-post two-party system, how much can be gained? How much power can be wielded? Is it better for someone on the right of the Labour Party with a centrist sort of political persuasion? Is it better for them to wield political power than to be able to vote for something that makes you feel ideologically good?
Yep.
But only serves to further the political causes and increase the power of Farage and the Tories.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it with both of those things in balance.
Yeah, and it just seems. I think a project could do well. I'm not sure this project, if it even exists, as well. Of course, is I think the operative thing in this. I think the reporting suggests that Corbyn was like, "What the fuck are we talking about? Why are you trying to set up a party? I don't consent to doing this at all." And his kind of camp abstained from the organisation at all. I think his point was there's not really any democratic mandate for us to be in charge of anything. And then they went, "Yes, there is, and you're in charge, buddy." And so if you're not even got Corbyn on board fully, at all, really, there is every chance we don't actually hear anything about this again.
Yeah, look, I think I've seen various reports, and a lot of gossip about this. That essentially Sultana was trying to bounce Corbyn into going along with this because her alleged, I don't know this for a fact, dismissal from the Labour Party was imminent, basically. And so rather than be kicked out, she left and tried to sort of kickstart this new thing. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but certainly the sort of the ambivalence with which Corbyn's treated it. I mean,
But also, I think if you're serious about this project, you wouldn't just drop a tweet on a Thursday night. You'd hold a proper launch event, and you'd say, even if you just had sort of new media, say you had us, Novara, Double Down News, the Canary, and you could make a real statement by announcing it and disseminate the message sort of through the new media. She didn't really do anything. I've not seen an interview with Sultana. I've just seen the post she did about it. I've not seen a proper interview with Corbyn. The only real reporting on it has been the Sunday Times piece about why it's a bit shit. And so if that and if it is real, then why haven't you done it better? It's the problem there is with this I guess the left in general is a lack of seriousness or a lack of organization. It's just a complete shit show. Even if you really believed in this message and believed in the message of Corbyn, and I think there is a distinction to be made between a die-hard Corbyn fan who thinks he can do no wrong and someone who's sympathetic to his arguments, voted for him previously. And say you were frustrated with the government and were looking for an alternative, and you saw the way this has been rolled out, you'd be like, this is not a serious organisation. And it puts people off immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. And, to take recent parliamentary events, and I'm not saying I adhere to this line of thinking, but you could easily, if I was a backbench Labour MP of a socialist persuasion thinking about jumping ship, you have all the reasons you've just outlined there.
Mhm.
And then very recently you've inflicted a deeply damaging defeat
Yeah.
on the leadership of your party from within the tent, from within the Commons. Are you better placed to influence national politics within the tent of the governing party? I don't know the answer to this. I'm posing the question. In fact, I think it's probably quite self-explanatory. It's probably a rhetorical point. Or within a Sultana's Peace and Justice.
The Sultan of Peace.
I like to think of it more as like raisins. It's peace, justice, and dried fruit.
There's also
No, it's hard because I'm someone who's very sympathetic to Sultana's personal politics, very sympathetic to Corbyn's personal politics. If I had to put a label on my political beliefs, they would be socialist. But if I'm looking at this initially, but before I stopped and thought about it, I was like, choo-choo! Here we fucking go, boys! And then you go, oh,
well, hang on.
What? Why am I reading this now?
But then, the alliance, I do think it's crazy to kind of pin your new socialist parties being like, and we're also going to have the independent MPs as well, who aren't socialist. The only commonality you have a lot with them on their politics is that you're pro-Gaza.
Yeah.
One of them was a Lib Dem councillor.
Yeah.
Why is he welcoming your socialist project?
Yeah.
I don't think his beliefs will have changed that much. And there's some real social conservative elements in that group as well. And is that what you want, especially in sort of I assume that as Sultana led party would try and defend trans rights, stuff like that, which is something that people of more social conservative
persuasion
inclination would be more opposed to.
Yeah.
Are you just spreading yourself too thin immediately? How can you have a coherent set of policies for people to vote for people to support if literally the breadth of opinion there, it probably outflanks the Labour Party in both directions.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Look, I'm not opposed to political parties exerting pressure on Labour's left flank. I think it's actually quite important to keep them honest. I just don't think this is going to be the mechanism by which that's achieved, unfortunately.
No, prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Pin this, write down a quote from us and put that in your changing room. Put a photo of our smug faces in the changing room. We're going to prove those bastards wrong. You have been watching a clip of the PoliticsJOE podcast. If you would like to watch the rest of the episode, head to patreon.com/PoliticsJOE. It is the only place you can watch the full podcast. From £4 a month, you can get access to the video podcast as well as the group chat, which is popping off.
Spicy.
It is absolutely, they are talking about their posting pictures of their pets.
Yeah, romantic lives, dating, horror stories.
Lives.
Yeah.
I have been playing chess with someone.
Have you?
Yes. Not via they DM'd me.
Okay.
And I think they're a listener.
How you doing?
They beat me, unfortunately.
Comprehensively?
It was close.
Okay.
I think they did well, though.
Good work.
The first of our live events, the only way to get access to them, of course, is through our Patreon, is coming up soon, and it's sold out in 4 minutes.
Flat.
Like Roger Bannister, of course. We're so excited to have a beer and meet everybody.
Yes.
1,012 people have generously chosen to support us so far. You could become Patreon number 1,013.
We could do caps. People get the number put on it.
You know, Olympians get the rings tattooed.
Yeah.
You should get the PoliticsJOE logo tattooed if you are a fan.
Yeah. The problem is the colour scheme is a bit Pornhub.
Well, that seems someone else's branding error. I'm not sure we can carry the can for that.
Sure people want to tattoo it on their bodies.
So head to patreon.com/PoliticsJOE, or of course you can listen to the podcast for free in full on all good audio platforms.